There is a tradition newly revived of specific masses for specific purposes. There is, for example, the red mass for lawyers and the white mass for health care workers and the green mass for those who work for the environment, to bring to mind our need to respect the planet. In Malachi, we read, "The day is coming, blazing like an oven." Whatever the prophet Malachi may have had in mind, we knew that particular forecast of doom would sound terrifying to his listeners. When we read aloud about the already present global warming and the prediction of weather changes and extinctions of some animals, we too should be terrified. Almost every week we hear of a new study with pictures of glaciers melting, the environment of the Sahara Desert to the south and taking up once fertile farmlands, and the further destruction of the rainforests, especially in South America. We are reminded of a thoughtful little poem by Robert Frost that begins this way: "Some say the world will end in fire." So we hear today of global warming. We have already now gone 3 degrees warmer than ever before. With all of this, we ought to consider the warning of Jesus of terrible times, which we read at the end of the liturgical year. Sometimes in November it will come. There will be terrible times full of earthquakes, famine, and plagues, awesome sights and mighty signs from the sky. Neither Malachi nor Jesus, or Robert Frost for that matter, knew about global warming. I think they were trying to tell us that what we do or what we fail to do have consequences, physical consequences, moral consequences, political consequences. The prophet and Jesus calling for a change of heart, to read the signs of the times and to alter our behavior. They were speaking about how fragile is the whole web of life. In our own time, we have come to appreciate that, how beautiful the world looked when they took a picture of the earth from the moon. You remember that picture? Like some blue orb in the sky. We are one, and we had better get our act together to stop wars, pollution, greed, and whatever else that takes a toll on humanity and our home, Mother Earth. "No church is an island," written by Gabe Huck, said, "There is no real argument any longer about how this happens, global warming, or what it will mean if we don't stop it. The rich countries, especially our own, are the major cause of this. The solution is no mystery. The mystery is why we hesitate. Perhaps it is because we ourselves aren't hurting yet. Will we consider what matters and what responsibility we have for the life of the world, for the lives of children and grandchildren, and on and on? When we act according to what we profess, that we are responsible for our deeds and their consequences, we are to take care of our Mother Earth. In just a few weeks, leaders from all over the world are expected to travel to Dubai to meet for the United Nations annual climate change conference. May they come to some conclusions and agree with each other that there is a problem, and then perhaps find ways to meet those problems. We need to pray for our behavior. You'll read more and more about that. How many animals were on the endangered list who no longer exist? How the global warming has created heat domes. You remember that Father Brian, on his motorcycle trip to California, could not go through Texas because of the heat dome. And there's the prediction that the whole heat dome will cover the Midwest. That means there will be no crops. We see the dire consequences. So we need to pray for these scientists as they come together in a couple of weeks.